a lot of Western societies, a lot of men consider feminism to be one of the main things that makes their lives harder. And by that, they mean because they can no longer hold power over women, right? They feel like they're less of a man. And for a lot of men, they lean into these gender binary ideas about men and women, because it gives them a sense of purpose. For a lot of men, being a so-called provider, right? Like that's a huge part of their identity. And of course, that's very useful to billionaires who, of course, need workers, right? And of course, the idea of women being able to control their fertility is something that is frustrating to billionaires who, of course, need workers, right? And so you convince women that their only ability in this country, in this world, is to have children, and the only ability men in this world have is to, provide for those children. And you get a class of people that are very submissive to the needs of a billionaire, who believe that their freedom and their everything will come if a billionaire gives it to them. When at the end of the day, our freedom has always been with us, right? But at the end of the day, they need to convince you otherwise. So they get you involved in these culture war issues to keep you not really looking at what they're doing, which is making your life harder. A lot of these people who are in these files are also part of the AI bullshit that we're all fighting against right now, where a lot of people are losing their jobs. They're losing their positions because these companies believe that they can be replaced by AI, right? And so you have a lot of these billionaires who are eager to get rid of the worker. And unfortunately, some of the people that voted for these billionaires and their interest and the people that were in bed with them are figuring out a little bit too late that like they were never on your side. And that's kind of the whole thing. They get these culture war issues, like the fact that a trans person using the restroom was important enough to get a lot of people to come to, the voting booth to vote in a different way. That is the manipulation in action. Because even if you don't like trans people, you should be able to understand that, signing away your bodily autonomy, which is what you're doing when you argue against a lot of trans people and their bodily autonomy, is you make way for the signing off of yours. All it's going to do is lead to more oppression, right? Now you have situations where, because of trans people in the bathroom, apparently, women have to make sure they maintain a certain degree of femininity within certain communities so that they don't get stopped and pulled aside and maligned for not being feminine enough to be in the room they're in, right? The only reason to do that is to control the population. The only reason to do that is to make people feel like if they don't participate in certain things, purchase certain products, fall into line a certain way, carry themselves a certain way, take up only but a certain amount of space in our society, it's all manipulation.